Till 1968, when the Supreme Court ruled that Islam is the true religion, Muslims were denied not only the Holy Quran and the prayer book and a place to meet, but also their food regimen, because they would say, if you don't eat pork, you're just going to starve to death. But we don't see if you really believe in your God, and that's all we're going to serve you. So, what kind of struggle had to be waged in regards to the religious freedoms inside the prison? Well, everyone at that time, before there were any Sunni groups inside this country, any Sunni Muslims inside the prison system, the ones who were in the nation, everyone who came in there had to file a $6 million lawsuit against the state of California for denying them the right to practice their religion. And they had to file this lawsuit against the government, against the director of the Department of Corrections, against the wardens, all the way down to the fish board, who would open and close their door and monitor their day-to-day activities. And they filed a $6 million lawsuit. This must have lasted from around 1962 all the way up until 1968. And finally, the Supreme Court said, okay, Islam is a true religion, they're allowed to practice inside of prisons. As a result of that, Muslims in prisons all over America, including America's foreign territories like Guam, the Philippines, U.S. Virgin Islands, etc., they can have prayer words, kufis, Holy Qurans, imam or any other spiritual leader, Islamic leader can come in and actually provide religious services for them. They can actually now observe Ramadan. Okay, so that was one picture that was followed. It took years to do this. In the process, a lot of people were killed. Those who stood fast and wouldn't denounce themselves, wouldn't denounce their religion, they were beaten, they were put in the bowels of the dungeons, and they were even murdered. For instance, there was a brother in San Quentin named Booker T, who was the minister of the nation, who was shot in A.C. Clinton while he was praying. There was a fight on the yard. They asked him that night before the fight, was he coming out? And he said, yeah, I'll be out, but I'm not going to join the fight. He said, what I want to do is, I'm going to go on the other side of the yard and I'm going to pray that don't nobody approach me, because if they do, then my religion teaches me not to be the aggressor, but to pull his head off and be aggressive upon me. So while the fight was going on that side of the yard, he was on this side with his hands turned up and he's praying, and they shoot and they kill him. And that was when Minister John Shabazz in Los Angeles got in touch with Eldridge Cleaver, who was in the nation at the time, and asked Eldridge to take over the ministership and make sure that those brothers didn't do anything that was going to disgrace or bring heat to the nation of Islam. He wanted them to calm the brothers down. So that was one kind of struggle. Then, the black identity that they tried to suppress. For years, they wanted to control the way we wore our hair. They didn't want us to wear naturals. And natural was considered a wraparound haircut or a football haircut. So they came up with this regulation haircut that looked like a military haircut, with the sideburns cut off at the cheekbones, square in the back, no more than 3 inches on top of their head. They built special barbershops to kidnap brothers with longer hair and take them there and force them to cut their hair. So a lot of brothers, what they did was they started wearing plaits. Because when they braided their hair in the plaits, they couldn't see how long their hair was and then try to give them a haircut. So they started kidnapping them eventually, or they would wait until they were in trance and on the bus, and they would get on while they had chains on, and they would cut the plaits. They cut the braids off. Now they had square patches all over their head. As a matter of fact, the administration called braids at that time weird and obnoxious hairstyles. They would take you into committees and they would ask you questions like, what do you think about Martin Luther King? What do you think about this guy Stokely Carmichael? And they wanted you to denounce it. They wanted you to denounce what they stood for. Because if you said you appreciated them in any kind of way, put you in a hole and lock you up. If they found any kind of literature on you that did not support the American mainstream political position, they locked you up for having what they call inflammatory literature. I can go on and on and on. The point is that they made a full court press upon us. 90% of the population folded under these circumstances. Somewhere between 1 and 10% of us took on the responsibility to protect, to defend the interests and the well-being of the rest of the black population throughout this state. And that meant we had to defend them physically, emotionally, politically, and wage any other kind of struggle we could to back these people up so that they would lift this cloud of oppression off of our people while they were doing time inside these prisons, and all they wanted to do was go home. So some of us said, you can only go home if you can live to get there. And we are not going to be the victims. And so we created ways of discouraging of the prisoners, of discouraging the people who ran those prisons, and discouraging the people who set policy so they could do whatever they wanted to do with it to us and get away with it. We had to resort to very extreme measures to stop it. In 1968, I had people working in Solidarity everywhere that there was a typewriter. The warden's office, the captain's office, the lieutenant's office. So I had prisoners that were working in there. Their job was to copy any important memos and bring it out and bring it to me so that we would know what their plans were for us. One of the memos that I received had been circulated throughout the state, maybe the country, and it stated, in 1968, it stated, we have a new kind of prisoner. There's this type of prisoner who believes that his reason for being in prison is a result of a long chain of political and social abuses against him and his people that caused him to act out in desperation. And that his problem is not a criminal problem, but it is a political problem. And we cannot afford to let them out while they hold that philosophy. We cannot allow them to spread that philosophy throughout the prison system. And then there was some talk about, what do we do with these kind of people? And they didn't spell it out exactly, but it kind of sounded like the Nazis proposing the final solution for the Jews in Europe. They were talking about how they were going to get rid of us without taking the blame for our demise. And so in Sacramento, they put together this death list. And they had guards throughout the prison that would watch us and try to figure out who were the influential prisoners in the movement, who were the leadership cadre within the movement. And their job was to identify them, and then they would put us in transit, send us from one prison to another, to split us up, but more so to isolate so that they could murder. The murdering of these prisoners took place systematically. Usually they would use other prisoners as their shackles. They would catch these brothers in a position where they would be outnumbered and outarmed, set somebody up to kill them. There was only one way to stop that. And so, without going into details, again, I would say that we had to create methods to discourage people from sending us home in caskets. Eventually, George came to the conclusion, like Malcolm, that we should stop aiming at the puppet and aim at the puppeteer. There was also a time period where he took us off of defense, put us on offense. We spent years defending ourselves. We spent years and years and years defending other blacks in prison so that other prisoners couldn't just prey upon them. They just couldn't treat them in any way that they wanted to, because the question was, are you oppressing and are you treating this guy like this because he's isolated, because we don't mess with him? And are you doing to him what you really like to do to me? So we set our hands off on black, stand up. And it was so serious, people see Heckle and Jekyll and look at us and ask, is it okay to laugh? You know, we saw people opening up the gun towers in Solidar in the morning and test their guns by shooting blackbirds out the tree. You know, as if that wasn't a clear message to us. But the message came to them: for every one of us, 3 of you will pay for it. The message to everyone that looked like us in there was that your well-being is protected. You get moved on, people will pay for it. We have to establish a hands-off policy to give us an air to breathe, and then we have to pursue all these other issues that confront us. Everything from hair products, when Proline first came out with the natural sheen, I don't know how many people bought them on the street, but we all bought them. But we had to force them to allow us to have it, because at first all they wanted us to have was grill cream. With the commercial, grill cream, a little dab to do you. We kept saying a little dab ain't gonna do us. And so we was glad when the natural became stylish, because now we don't have to plaster our hair down, you know. Now we can boom it out. But they didn't want us to boom it out, so then we had to braid it. Then they didn't want us to braid it, they would cut the braids off. So then we had to just create a situation that let them know this wasn't tolerable and we weren't going to accept it, period. They built certain little barbershops to kidnap us and take us and cut our hair. You know, we set fire to them. We had to learn to sabotage them in many ways. When they were exploiting our labor power, giving us 2 16 cents, and we never would get the 16 cents. And it was forced labor. We would do the labor, but we wouldn't do it the way they wanted us to. For instance, when I was in the clothing factory in Solidar, we were making trousers, making khakis and other uniform pants and stuff. And I instructed people around me that would do it. Sew the pockets inside out and zippers upside down. At the end of the day, or during lunch period, when it came time to go break and go to the chow hall and eat, you know, we would set the stuff on fire. But we would go in the back and we would take a lit cigarette, put it in a book of matches, and put it under the stack of clothes. So when the cigarette burned down, it would ignite the matches, and the matches would set this little stack of clothing on fire. That was hundreds of thousands of dollars we just burned up. Okay? And there were other kinds of sabotage. You know, we started trying to make bombs in there. We were reading a chemistry book that said anything that burns will explode. All you have to do is increase the rate of burning. So we started testing that. You know, we never got a chance to do what we wanted to do, but they knew we was trying. At one point I was involved in the conspiracy to sink San Quentin. I was trying to put together a strike, and some brothers told me, said, you messing up. I said, what do you mean? I said, man, it took us a long time to get ourselves in the job positions that we're in. If you go on strike, you're gonna get us fired and we won't be able to do our job. So